Welcome to The Breach. Nobody saw coming, where real incidents become real leadership lessons. I'm MG Vance from CyberLexLearning. Let's uncover the unseen decisions, the quiet signals, and the governance failures that shape today's story. Today's breach begins outside the organization, with a vendor that promised everything and delivered almost nothing. The project teams were excited. A new third-party platform. Fast, convenient, cost-effective. There was just one small issue. Security testing was never completed. It started subtly. A missing pen test report, a postponed vulnerability scan, a promised integration review that kept slipping 2 weeks at a time. The vendor's explanation: we're finalizing minor items, nothing critical. And the project timeline: already behind. So leadership pushed, proceed now. Testing can be completed after go live. But the weaknesses were already there. Hard-coded credentials, exposed API endpoints, no rate limiting, inconsistent logging, and a data flow diagram that didn't match reality. These weren't just gaps, they were open doors. The breach happened 3 weeks after go live. Indicators first appeared as small anomalies. A spike in authentication errors, odd API calls at midnight, slow read access on shared storage. But the SIEM didn't alert, because logging integration with the vendor was still in progress. When responders finally saw the root cause, it wasn't sophisticated. It was a publicly known vulnerability the vendor was supposed to patch before onboarding. The post-incident review showed something deeper. The vendor wasn't the only failure. Governance broke first. No completed security assessment. No evidence of pen testing. NO data classification. No regulatory mapping. No contract clauses enforcing remediation deadlines. And most importantly, no one stopped the project. The technical failure was predictable, but the human failure was avoidable. Leadership assumed the vendor was secure. Teams assumed the vendor would finish testing. Risk assumed someone validated the reports. And governance assumed the project couldn't afford delays. Assumptions don't protect organizations. Controls do. Here's the leadership takeaway. You can outsource services, but you cannot outsource accountability. If security testing isn't complete, the vendor is not ready. If evidence isn't provided, the risk is unknown. And if governance is bypassed, a breach is already underway. Third-party risk is not paperwork. It is survival. Thank you for joining this episode of The Breach. Nobody saw coming. If this helped sharpen your governance mindset, follow CyberLexLearning for more weekly episodes and leadership insights. Think deeper. Decide wiser. Lead with the gold standard.